Hello, Hivers. Welcome to Honeybee Stamping Hive, where creative buzz is always in the air. I am Tashana Lundy, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Florida, serving customers all over the United States. And today, we're going to be making a fun card using products from the Sale-A-Bration Brochure that's going to be available for customers January 7th, as well as the mini catalog, the January to April 2025 catalog. So these products that I'm going to be using will be available to you January 7th, but I'll also be using a bundle from the annual catalog as well. So we're going to be using Pick a Season. This is a Sale-A-Bration stamp set. You get this free. You can earn it free with the qualifying purchase of $60 before shipping and tax. We're going to be using the Darling Dinos bundle, and that is the stamp set as well as the dies. And the Unbounded Love bundle stamp set and the dies. We're going to be using, well, I've gone ahead and die cut our sentiment label with this die right here, okay? So that is the products we're going to be using. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have our sentiment label, like I said, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp that since that's the first thing that popped up. We're going to be using Shy Shamrock. And I can't remember who gave me this idea. For this card, it's either Jane or Donna. That was on my unboxing live. I can't remember. So we're just going to stamp this on one end of this die cut. Just like that. Do I need to? No. I'm going to use this a little later. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my trimmer. This is my guillotine trimmer. This is not available anymore. This was a free product for joining Stampin' Up! During one of the celebrations one year. So I'm going to put it at 1 inch. So you can use your regular paper trimmer. This is just easier for me. But I'm putting the end of this at 1 inch. And I'm going to cut it off just like that. Okay. So we'll set this to the side so we can come back to it later. I have some basic white cardstock here. This is 1x4. Then we have 2 pieces that are 4x4. This is for the front and the inside. And then we have some Shy Shamrock that is 1 1/8 by 4 1/8, and then 4 1/8 by 4 1/8 matting layers for the 2 4x4s. So we're going to be making a book binding. So we have a card base here of thick basic white. It's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, can you see that extra score line? And I've gone ahead and put some tear and tape on the inside where we're going to need it, but so that it's going to fold back like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some stamping done. So we're going to first start with doing some sponging actually. So I'm gonna get me some scrap paper here and my blending brush. It already has like some Shy Shamrock on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put some at the bottom. I don't know why I looked at the which side of the paper, because it's a square. So I don't want to go too far up, but we just want to get a little bit of this on there. And we're going to get our sentiment label, and I'm going to go ahead and put some on that as well around the edges. Just like that, okay? So that's the beginning. So let's go ahead and get some Cajun Craze here. I'm going to get this stamp from the Pick a Season. It's the tree. I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to stamp it. It's far over to the right, the left, I'm sorry, and it's up as high as we can. Well, not as high as we can, but you want it pretty high there. Just like that. Then we're gonna, is that all the Cajun Craze? No. We need to do on our 1x4, we're gonna stamp this as well. So we're just gonna be making some background. So I think that's all we need the Cajun Craze for. So now we're gonna get some early espresso ink. We're going to get this piece back. We're going to stamp our little tree trunk here. I'm going to just put that right in there, just like that. Try not to rock your stamp. I think, oh, I have something else I need to stamp in early espresso. So I went ahead of time and die cut from Shy Shamrock cardstock this little die from the Darling Dinos. This could either be bushes or clouds. And of course, because it's green, we're going to make this a bush. And I have the little, what do they call, the limbs to go in our bush. So we're going to stamp that. And is that all for the, no, one more thing for the early espresso. So we're going to get our inside piece and we're going to stamp a sentiment that says, "You're terrific." So we're going to just stamp that at the top, right in the middle, just like that. And that is all we need the early espresso for. So that is done. Let's see, what to go next? Let's do some pecan pie. Since we have our inside right here, we're going to stamp the small little tree branch here. Just like that. So that's almost the inside done. Then I have a little scrap piece here. This is just going to be for demonstration purposes because I've already stamped. Ooh, you see I've been doing this. I've already stamped this image and did everything I need to do, but it's a little fence from the Pick a Season stamp set. And this piece is about, I think this one is like a 1/2 inch, but I think 3/4 of an inch would be better. But you can make it work if I can see what I'm doing. So this stamp, the fact that it's photo, oh, I didn't line that up pretty good. You want to, there we go. I'm trying to go fast for the video. So I would take that if it was lined up properly, and then I would cut around the edges like this, around the top part, to make the picket fence look more picket. So you want it to be about at least 4 inches long. I made mine about 4.5, 5 inches long, my strip like this. So you just do that. Could you see what I was doing? So I just cut to make the edge like this. So I did it on a longer piece. And you see it's still not perfect, but I did go ahead and cut it all to make it more like a picket fence. So that's going to be one of the things we use. Let me put my snips away. Okay, so I think that's all we needed for the pecan pie. So now let's go back to the Shy Shamrock and finish up our trees here. So I have this tiny little leaf. It's a double leaf and then one triple leaf here. Oh, that's not really on the block, is it? Okay, so we're going to just use this bigger one. And we're going to put it here at the top. Get the small one. We're going to put it there. Oh, I didn't press down good. Put it there and right there. What am I doing? Okay, we got that. So now we are going to go back to the front of the card and this piece. So we have some little clovers, the shamrocks with our Shy Shamrock, and we're gonna fill in our little just fill in all the spaces here. This stamp set comes with like some Easter eggs, some roses, some hearts, so you can fill in the tree for whatever occasion you want. Okay, and then we're going to do this piece as well. And this one, I want to make sure most of my images are going up and down here. Trying to make sure I get them in there without overlapping too much. Okay, so that's good. So that's all we need that for. Well, we'll be using this one more time or two more times. Okay, so now we're going to do some stamping for our main images. So let me get the Tuxedo Memento black ink. And we're going to stamp our dinosaur from Darling Dinos on that. Then we have another piece of scrap. We're going to stamp a sunflower. We're going to stamp a hat. Okay. And then we're going to color it in. I think that's it. All the, oh, no. Where are my, my stones? Okay, yeah, I have put them away by mistake. So these are the little stones that come in the set. We're gonna stamp those as well. Okay, so now we can do some coloring. So for our hat here, it's basic black Stampin' Right, not Stampin' Right, but Stampin' Blends. We're going to do Shy Shamrock Dark. Nope, on the leaves. I'm sorry. The leaves for the sunflower, get the Shy Shamrock. And then the spots on our dino. And his little belly here. Then we're going to use Dark Daffodil Delight. And that's going to be for the band on our hat and our sunflower. Next, we're going to do Dark Pecan Pie. And that's going to be for the middle of our sunflower. Then we're going to do Light Smoky Slate. And that's going to be for our stones here. Then you want to do the dino's nails on his little hands and his toes. Just like that. And then we're going to take the Dark Smoky Slate. And we're just going to trace over these lines. Just like that. I did it roughly. Then we're going to get Dark Pumpkin Pie. Now I'm using a lot of colors here. And we're going to do his little scales. And I'm doing the one on the top, but I don't think we really need to. And then I have Light Cajun Craze. And we're going to color in his whole body. Okay, so after you have all of this colored in, you want to get the coordinating dies and die cut it. And I've gone ahead and done that for us ahead of time. So here's our dino. Here's our top hat. And for the top hat, I stamped another of the clovers and fussy cut it out. And that was, ooh, that was a deal. But I did it. It was kind of difficult, but there's our hat. Then here's our stones and our sunflower, okay? So we're gonna use the rest of this to do some die cutting. So let me get my mini stamp cut and emboss machine. We're gonna just die cut the bottom of an eggshell and the top of the eggshell, okay? I'm gonna run this through. Okay, so we got all of our pieces here. And now this is where we're gonna go back to our Shy Shamrock and those little clovers. So let me get my scrap paper. So we're gonna take our clovers here And we're going to stamp on our eggshell like that. Then we're going to take this one and just put, I think, just one. So we want the jagged edge pointed down for this. And we're just going to stamp it once. And that is all of our stamping. So let's put our card together. No, is that all the stamping? Yes, that's all the stamping. Okay. Woo. So now we have all of our pieces here for our card. We can go ahead and start putting things together. So let's go ahead and mat all of our pieces. So I'm going to get some liquid glue. We're going to mat all the pieces together. Okay, before we mat this one, we need to go ahead and put our sentiment on there. So I'm going to, it's easier to do it. You can mat it first, but it's easier to put the sentiment on before you mat. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right up here at the top, line it up with the top. Just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put our fence on as well. So let me get that done. Oh, goodness gracious. I put my hand right in there and I didn't need to put glue all the way across. So this is what I'm going to do for this one. I'm going to put this right at the base of the tree. Just leaving a little bit of that green showing at the bottom there. Just like that. Let me get my scissors and cut off the extra overhang. Okay. Now we can go ahead and mat this to its layer. Okay, let's go ahead and put this on the inside of our card base. So just fold it down so you can get this lined up for the inside. Just like that. And we want to put this piece in the front. And it's going to go on this 1 1/4 inch section right here. Wait a minute. I think I'm putting it upside down. I am. So we're just going to line that up in there. Just like that. And we can go ahead and put this one on as well. So we're just going to try to get this even spacing. Okay. Now for the rest of it, to put everything else together. So I'm going to take our little tree little bush here, and I'm going to stick it behind the fence right there. Then we're going to take our what is this? Our sunflower. Oh, I need to get a dimensional. I want to pop that up on a dimensional. So let me get my dimensionals. And we're going to put one dimensional on the back of our sunflower. Okay. Then we're going to get our little dino here. And we're going to put him about right there. Like so. Then we're going to take our egg. Put glue on the back of that. This is not supposed to be glued. That's supposed to be dimensionalized. So let's put some dimensionals on the back of that. And then we're gonna, oh, I should have put him a little lower. Let's put that about right there. Like that. Get our top hat. Put it on our little dino. Did I even say the sentiment says best of luck? And so we're going to put his little hat on. Then we're going to take this top of the shell, and he threw it over here when he popped out and put his top hat on. Okay, then we're gonna take our sunflower. I'm gonna put a little bit of liquid glue on the leaves because we don't want that part popped up. And we're gonna put that about right here, kind of up like that. We're gonna take our little stones here. We're gonna pop that over our sunflower, just like that. Okay, so that is all of the gluing down of the things. Now we're gonna add some baker's twine, and that is from the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. So let's remove our backings for our tearing tape, because that's gonna hold our twine. If you hear my granddaughter in the background, it's early in the morning and she's waking up, giving her father a fit again. So we're gonna attach that and we're gonna cross it and we're gonna bring it, and we're just gonna make a little X on our card there. Make sure spread them out, because now we're gonna go ahead and adhere this down. Get my bone folder. Make sure I burnish that tearing tape really good, because you want this to stick very well. Okay, so I have another piece of the twine, and we're gonna tie a bow right here. So we're just gonna take it and tie a little bow. I did not measure my twine, and I should have, so I could tell you how much it, how long it was, but it's just enough to wrap around and do what you need to do. So I tied my little bow. And the last thing we're going to do is add some bling. So I have the 2024 to 2026 in color resin dots, because that's the in colors we're using. We have Shy Shamrock. Get my Take Your Pick tool, and we're going to add a big one right about there. Oh, that's too close, too close. Scoot over, yeah. Right about there. We're going to add one of these smaller ones up here on the sentiment. And we'll take this one and put it right over here, just like that. Isn't that cute? This is our book binding, Darling Dino and Pick a Season. A little bit of the Unbounded Love here. Isn't that cute? So let me show you. I made a bunch of these. So I think these are going to be my customer appreciation cards. That's it. That's all. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I want to thank you for buzzing by the Hive today. Until next time, buzz you later. Bye.